I'm Richard Lewis, reporting for cadred.org. I'm here with a very disappointed lurppis from WinFakt, the quarterfinals, having just finished, and they're no longer in the tournament. What went wrong in the game? Can you talk a little bit through what happened?
Well, we started off in Inferno, which was SK's map choice. We started pretty well. We won the T-pistol, had a couple of close rounds after being up 3-0, and then the entire half was pretty much going back and forth. I think we ended up at 7 rounds, which was pretty good. We thought we were pretty well off. CT side, we won pistol, and we won their save round, and then third round we won we lost a 5-on-2, which was pretty bad, but only one of them survived, so we had a chance to break their money on the 4th round. Had another 5-on-2, I think, and we lost once again. Then we had a save round on the 6th round. We got the 3 first kills, had another 5-on-2, and we lost that as well. And then after that, it was pretty much just them just dominating over us. Didn't really have. I think we might have had like 1 or 2 more close rounds, but I mean, you just can't afford to lose 3 5-on-2s against the top team. Like, there's no way you're gonna win a game if you lose 3 5-on-2s. And then there's a little problem with the ESWC server plugin, because he stopped the match 1 round too early.
Yeah, I heard about that as well. Yeah.
Which is why the HLT was probably cut up and everything. So we had to go through like money manual and just figure out how much money everybody had roughly, and then play the last round. And then on Nuke, started off pretty well again. Won the pistol, won the 2nd round, and then probably had next to that Inferno CT, one of the most disappointing halves of my CS career. Ended up losing billion like 5-on-4s, 5-on-3s, plus the 3v3 where all we had to do was, like, we said what we had to do, and then someone did something different, where they had a couple people flanking vents, one guy behind a door, had enough people to cover everything, no one defused, no one covered vents. Just a complete mess for us today.
There were a lot of rumours that you guys didn't have the ideal preparation coming into this event, and it seems to be a recurring theme with some Finnish teams. I know you've kind of had a bit of time out of Finland, out in the States, but I mean, was there good preparation coming into this? Were people well practiced? Were you well drilled?
We played as much as we could. The reason why people say we haven't had that much preparation is because we've only been home for 2 nights in the past 4 weeks now. Because we went to IEM Global Challenge in Guangzhou, China. Then we flew directly to Samsung Euro Championship from there. Didn't even go home. Went home for 1 night, and then flew to New York. And then went to IEM Global Challenge there, and then went home for 2 nights, and then flew here. So I mean, obviously we slept at home 2 nights in the past 4 weeks. So obviously we haven't had practice at home. We just talked about the problems we had in previous games and whatever we did wrong and tried to fix it. But I mean, we played pretty well overall. We got all the entries. Always went up in numbers. Won a good amount of pistols. We just had the worst communication ever. That's why we kept losing all those close rounds, and it's just saddening when you go up so much and then just keep making mistakes after mistakes and mistakes and just lose.
Do you think you lost to the eventual tournament winners? I mean, I know a lot of people are talking about a gain. I also think there's a strong kind of amount of support for SK, and they seem to be the dominant team in 1.6 at the moment, even though again are kind of coming back strong. It's between the two of them. Let's say, do you think you lost to the winners?
Maybe. I mean, I think again, and SK are the 2 favorites who I would put my money on, but also Navi has a good chance to beat either one of them. So it's probably up to the 3 of them. I think Mouse is probably going to play a close game against SK, but I think SK just has enough routine that they're probably going to end up winning in the end. I'm not actually sure. I think Navi's on a 3rd map against Moscow 5. Not really updated on that. I think I heard them say that when they walked by. But I mean, at least if Moscow 5 wins, then I'm pretty sure again and SK are going to play the finals. I think them with Navi are the top 3 teams in the world right now.
One of the things I've got to ask you about is kind of the ESWC. This is the relaunch, you know, and it's a lot bigger than it was last year, and a bit more impressive. But from a player's perspective, what have you thought of it? I mean, there seems to be this kind of trend in all the press conferences and everything. They're really trying to hammer how much the players are going to love this event, and I've heard a few complaints from 1 or 2 people. How's it been for you guys?
We haven't really had any problems. I think the biggest 2 problems that I've heard that people have been complaining about is the teams that won an ESWC qualifier and Navi, because they won the last year's event, they were all put in a hotel that was like apparently like 50 minutes away by metro, which is, I mean, obviously just completely, utterly ridiculous. But then, I mean, we booked booked our hotels ourselves, so we're like 3 metro stops away, you know, like 10 minutes away, so it's not bad for us. And then the other part is scheduling, but I mean, honestly, it was so hard for us to even find the schedule to begin with that like for us it didn't really change because we never knew what the schedule was. But I mean, we figured we were probably going to play on Saturday, so I don't know, we just didn't really stress too much over it, so that's why it didn't really matter to us.
So what are you going to do now that you're out? Are you going to stick around and support some of the other teams? Have you got any friends still in the tournament you're going to cheer for, or is it just get out and wait for the after party?
Well, I mean, we all have friends on like every single team here. I mean, been to like probably like 30 tournaments in the last like couple of years with all these same guys, so obviously you bond with a lot of people. I mean, I think we're probably just going to go back to our hotel for now and get a little, I don't know, my ears need a little relaxation.
It is well loud, isn't it?
It's been really loud for a long time now, so I'm probably just going to go back to the hotel, watch some games, maybe take a little nap, haven't really gotten that much sleep, and then just, I don't know, just relax for one last day in Paris.
You zoned out there. Final thing, I mean, WinFakt have been, I think, you know, a bit of a revelation lately. You've been to a lot of tournaments. I think you've acquitted yourself really well, and I think you were perhaps a little bit unlucky here at this event. What does the future hold for you guys? And you know, are you overall happy with the way the team's working? We're not going to see any changes incoming or anything like that, are we?
No, we're not going to see any changes. I mean, the only thing that I feel like we really need to fix is our communication. Obviously, it's one of the things that are one of the hardest things to fix. In some people who are used to just playing and not really talking about that much. I mean, we'll have to figure out a way, maybe like drill on an empty server or something. Like there has to be a way to get better, because I feel like we probably have the worst communication out of like every top team here. After this event, I guess we're gonna go to DigiFest next weekend in Tallinn, Estonia, and hope that they sometime pay us the money they owe us from the last event, please.
Yeah, man, I was going to ask about that as well. Yeah, you still haven't been paid?
Well, I mean, we keep getting like new times when we're going to get paid, and now supposedly we're going to get paid $500 a month, and then, or like a week, or I don't know. Like I'm not really
like allowance.
I'm not really paying that much attention because I'm not really counting on it. So like every time I just see it, I'm like, okay, whatever amount, maybe sometime. So supposedly we're getting some money when we go there. We'll see if that actually happens.
Can I ask why you'd want to go back to an event that still owes you cash?
Well, I mean, we're kind of hoping that, like, well, first of all, we're supposedly getting like 1/3 of the money getting paid there, and then like a little bit by little bit. And then second of all, maybe we can at least talk to the people who are there, because they're going to be the same organizers. And third of all, like, well, I know for a fact that like some of the reasons that they gave for why they were like stuck with like no money from the last event and now had to like make it back somehow is because they had a lot of problems with the event. Obviously, like everybody knew that. So let's say everything works out this time and we don't go, and we let a team that we consider to be way under our level just go there and just win 4K for just showing up, then we'd be really pissed. So if it's like, to us, it's like almost worth it. Just sacrifice a weekend, take like a 2-hour ferry ride there, just play a little CS, and then go home and just, you know, hope for the best.
Well, I hope you get paid this time. I'll ask you one last question. I know I said it was the last question before, but I just like you. You're just a nice talkative guy. CSGO, question on a lot of people's lips. Our 1.6 is going to give it a go, no pun intended. Is that going to work for you? I mean, what do you think of it?
I mean, like, well, okay, let's just get these out there first. I think 1.6 is far superior game resource. Like that. I think everyone would agree with that. Yeah, but that's my opinion. Like, I don't play the game because of the game. Like, I don't play any other games. I haven't played any other games in like 8 years. Like, not even for fun. Like, I don't play Han, I don't play Dota, I don't play whatever. So like, to me, like, it's all about the competition. So if the competition goes there, like, I'm probably gonna go there if I find the game like at least like, you know, like playable.
Do you not think though there's got to be some sort of updating of 1.6? We can't graphically improve it, and it looks terrible on TV. You know, it does. It looks bad. And I think kids these days watch 1.6 and they laugh at it. They can't understand that it's got. You know, we do need a graphical update.
Well, I mean, if 1.6 had more viewers, then it wouldn't matter, because people pay for the viewers. They don't pay for the graphics. Like that. That's the one misconception that I don't like about people talking about games. Because if there's viewers, like, the sponsors don't pay for the game. They don't pay for the game. They pay for the people who watch it, so they can have their ads over there. That's what they pay for. I mean, obviously viewers have probably gone down. I mean, I'm always at the events. I'm down on HLTV, so I have no idea how many people actually watch it. apparently there was a ton of people watching the IEM final when I was casting with Joe in Hanover, but I mean, I don't really know. But about Go, right now, like, right now to me, it's just, first of all, like, if you put those games aside and I haven't seen Source, like, I probably couldn't even tell which one's Source. I have no idea. Like, to me, they seem the same, but CSGO has like no recoil patterns right now. Like, right now, if you tap 3 times, the 3rd bullet's like out of your monitor. Like, you can't tap, you can't spray because nothing registers. Like, auto sniper and op is like are like the only good guns right now. I mean,
yeah, no, but I saw that in that competitive match. Everyone was using auto sniper, and we couldn't figure out why.
Yeah, it's because the recoil patterns for like normal rifles are completely off. I mean, like, the good thing is Valve seems really receptive about like all the feedback we gave them, and they seem like they really want to improve it. But then, like, the problem is there's so many people that they probably get the feedback from. I mean, you just gotta hope that they actually listen to the people who know the best, I guess, you know, because if there's a group of 40 people and they want to go in 3 different directions, like, how are you gonna go? And obviously, one thing that worries me is Angel Dust. I know him pretty well, so he told me about CSGO when he went over to Seattle to test it out, like maybe like 2 months ago, whatever that was. And that thing that worries me a little is he told me about all these problems that existed in the game. That was like 2 months ago, and to me, like, it seems like all the problems are still in the game. Yeah. So, like, especially them saying it's going to be released like Q1 next year, like Q2, like early next year, right? Yeah. Like that. Like, I have no idea how they're going to fix it. I mean, like, hopefully it becomes good so we can have more money. I mean, it's like, I think the Navi guys said it once, like, after like their Dota team won like $1 million, like, it's a little depressing watching people who are like there's BlizzCon going on, all the best players are there. Okay, hold on. There's Korean leagues, the best players are there for StarCraft. Then there's BlizzCon, like the next level of players mostly. I mean, I don't know enough to say that every best player is there, but the next level of players is there. And then there's still ESWC, and you still get 1K for making top 16 at like the 3rd tournament that's like going on. And then meanwhile, we fight like all these teams that play like 100 hours in 2 weeks, and then we get 5 through 8 in the world, and we win $400 each, minus taxes, minus dollar to euros. Like, in comparison, prize money in 1.6 is like really, really ridiculous. So I mean,
you should try being a Source player.
Yeah, I luckily don't know anything about that. But I mean, yeah, I mean, CSGO could probably help with that. I mean, at the end, like it's like every year it's harder and harder to just justify putting in that many hours. Like you have to consider school or like work if you work. You know, like, it's just harder and harder with every year that passes. So obviously something has to change. And like, I don't know, CSGO might not. I don't know.
Well, here's hoping. Look, thanks a lot for taking the time to talk to us, and enjoy resting your ears back at the hotel, bro. And to all the people out there at Cadrid.org, stay tuned to the website. We're going to have more 1.6 interviews coming at you as the tournament winds down to a close, so don't go anywhere.